everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Cali and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to all things nails and good vibes. In today's video, I'm doing another episode of my Journey to Less Toxic Nail Polish series, and I'm going to be decluttering a bunch of polishes. A lot of you really seemed to enjoy this video last time, so I'm excited to be making another one for you. So today I'm basically going through a little display of polishes that I have on my nail art desk. So the ones from last time were just a bunch of pink polishes from my collection. Most of them were older, but today I'm going through pretty much my most used polishes. So I do have a display where I keep pretty much a rainbow of polishes, just all the colors for nail art and things, so I can just grab them quickly. So a lot of favorites are in here, and I knew this video was going to be hard, and it was actually a little bit stressful to put together because I was doing a lot of new research and there were a lot of polishes. So I really hope you enjoy the video. At the end of it all, it was really fun to make, and I always enjoy sharing this journey with you, so I look forward to going through these polishes, and let's get right to it. Before we get to the actual decluttering, here's a look at some of the polishes I'll be getting rid of today. Actually, there's a couple missing from this picture, but this is the display that I will be decluttering today. I also wanted to say pretty much exactly what I said in my last decluttering video, just in case this is your first time seeing one of my decluttering videos, or maybe your first time on my channel. So firstly, my process for decluttering will be following my own research on ingredients I'd personally like to move away from, basically just giving my collection a good cleanse. And second, just because I'm getting rid of a polish that contains one or more ingredients I'd personally like to avoid does not mean I will completely discontinue use of other polishes that do contain said ingredients. Like I've said in my recent video and in the description of this video, if I'm using a polish at my own discretion that does still contain an ingredient from the list on my website, I will give full disclosure and direct you to that same page where you can do your own research and learn more. So to sum it up, just because a certain ingredient is a cause for decluttering today does not mean that you won't ever see it again in polishes I choose to still use. Third, just because I'm decluttering certain polishes because of certain ingredients, by no means does that translate to me telling you to do the same with your own collection. Everyone's journey is different based on which ingredients are most important to you personally, which ones aren't, and what research you've done. So I hope this video and ones to come inspire you to evaluate your own polishes and do a little decluttering yourself. So now we got that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So the first polish I have to show you is called Inspired. It's from the brand Maxis Nails, and this brand actually has much better ingredients than some other brands. So the only one in this particular polish is benzophenone 1, which is usually a cause for decluttering for me. However, there are different formulas like this that are much better anyway, so I will be keeping this one. I do use this one mostly in nail art, so for me personally, I'm okay with continuing to use this one. And also the other ingredient here on the second side of the label is Ferrocyanide, Ferrocyanide, which I was actually doing a lot of research on today. So I have said in past videos that that one is very low on my list of concerns. As of right now, it still is, and I'm still doing a lot of research. And like I said, I always encourage you to do the same. So for now, I will be keeping this one, and let's move on. Next we have a beautiful polish from an indie brand. This is from Chaotic Glitz Polish, and it's called Tinsel Tidings. If you guys have been around my channel for a while, you might remember this one from my indie shop videos. That was a really fun experience, and I really like this polish. This was actually one of the ones I purchased specifically from that special event. So I couldn't find an ingredients list for this one because I'm not sure if the brand is actually making polishes at the moment, and there wasn't a label on the bottom. So I'm not exactly sure what's in this polish, but until I can find out, I will hang on to this one. It is a bit older, so I haven't used it in a while. Next we have Remedy Red from Doctor's Remedy, and I have worked with this brand in the past, but this video is not sponsored at all. This is just the polish that I have from that campaign, and this polish does contain that ingredient that I wasn't saying in the last video because I couldn't figure out how to say it, so for now I'm probably going to call it TPD. It also has benzophenone 1 and tocopherol acetate, as well as ferric ammonium ferrocyanide, so there are quite a few in here that are not favorite ingredients of mine. However, I do appreciate the rest of this formula because there are a lot of better things in this formula. As you can see on the front of the bottle, there's tea tree oil, biotin, wheat protein, vitamins, so a lot of interesting things that aren't usually in other brands. And again, I use this one a lot for nail art, so I will be hanging on to this one in this case. Next we have one from China Glaze. This one is called Red Pearl, and based on my findings with other older China Glazes that I've destashed in the last video, I was pretty sure this one would be a definite declutter. As you can see, it has all of that same mix of ingredients that are in a lot of older China Glaze polishes: formaldehyde resin and the TPD and triphenyl phosphate, ethyl diacylamide, camphor, benzophenone 1. So this is really a formula that I'm just not happy with at all, especially given how much better China Glaze's formula and ingredients are now. So this one was quite upsetting because this is actually one of my favorite China Glazes, but I know I will find a nice replacement one day, so I will be decluttering this one, and I'm glad I got to use it for a while, but I know there's better things out there, so hopefully I can go shopping for this one in one of my future Shop With Me videos. I have to find another shimmery red like that. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. This next one is the first of many Zoyas I actually have in this display. This one is called Journey. It's from a summer collection of theirs from a couple years ago, and you might have heard me say this in my last video. I'm pretty sure that I actually wanted to get a few more Zoyas because in the past they've always been kind of that crutch, like safer brand to me, like a less toxic brand, but I did a lot of digging. It was actually very difficult to find the Zoya ingredients list. As you can see, I did finally find a little bit of it on the Ulta website, and I was actually a little bit surprised to see that they do contain benzophenone 1, which, like I said, it really depends on the individual formula of each polish and the brand and the whole thing. But for me, usually, like I said, that is an ingredient that I personally don't like to use if I can help it. So I wasn't really happy to see that in these polishes. Also, TPD is in this one too. And I had a really hard time finding the ingredient list, the full ingredient list, because on the Zoya website, they do list what isn't in the polishes, but I couldn't find specific ingredient disclosure for each polish. So I saw a couple other posts and things about having emailed the brand, and they sent some more lists of ingredients that weren't actually disclosed anywhere. So I really wish Zoya would be a little bit more forward with their full ingredient list, especially because I was a little bit disappointed because I have really depended on Zoya as being one of the more or less toxic brands. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm not sure if I'll be decluttering any of my Zoyas yet. I really want to do a little bit more research and just figure it out a little bit. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on Zoya's ingredients. So the other polish I'm showing here is actually one that I really liked. I discovered it again just recently this year. I had it in my collection and I hadn't used it in a long time. So this one, I'm actually blanking on the name right now, but I will put it on screen. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, so whenever I come to a Zoya in this video, assume I'm hanging on to it for now, but it is still in my kind of like between declutter and keep piles, so it will be out of the display for the end of the video. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Next we have one that's fairly new to my collection. This one is called Pump Kid, and it's from the recent Sally Hansen Insta-Dry Sour Patch Kids Halloween collection. So based on my research from the previous video where I had a couple Insta-Dries in there, I figured this one would be an instant declutter. And for me, this one definitely is. As you can see, there's a barrage of ingredients here that I'm just not happy with, especially if I can find a better orange from a different brand. Especially, this is a really generic color, so I will have to find a new traffic cone orange. I am disappointed. This one has a really nice formula, but I will be decluttering this one for now. Next we have one of the harder decluttered polishes. This one is called Say It Ain't Soho. It's from Essie. You guys know this has been one of my all-time favorite go-to fall polishes, and I never looked up the ingredients before, so I found this list on the Essie website. This is specific to this polish. I was quite upset by this list of ingredients, particularly because this is an older polish, and I figured that would be the case, but this one was quite disappointing to get rid of, so I hope I can find a new dupe for this one, so let me know in the comments if you have any favorites that look like this one. Again, we have another one that was very difficult to research. This one is called Suns Out, Buns Out. It's from the China Glaze Spring Fling collection, which was actually probably one of my favorite China Glaze collections ever. And of course, like I said, with most older China Glaze polishes, it has that same mix of ingredients that, like I said, given their newer formula, I'm just not really happy with this mix of things. And yeah, this one was quite disappointing too. I really like this shimmery polish. It's just so pretty and unique, so I'm glad I was able to use it for a while, but I will be decluttering this one. Here's our next Zoya, and like I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing with these yet, so I'm going to put this in my maybe pile. This one is called Sawyer, and again, one of my favorite summer shades. I have a lot of favorite orange polishes. I think I've said that before, so I'm going to have to find a lot of new favorites very soon, but yeah, so this one's going in the maybe pile for now. Moving on to yellows, we have this one from OPI. It's called Don't Tell a Soul, and this has actually been probably my go-to nail art yellow for the past, I don't know, year or so. I'm not sure exactly when I bought this polish. It's a little bit newer to my collection. As expected with most OPIs, this one had not a great formula to me, so I will be decluttering this one. Again, like I said, especially with these more basic colors that I could find from another brand in a better formula, I like to do that. So I'm going to be decluttering this one, but it has served me well. So this one's a really pretty color though. These next two are pretty much the same as Don't Tell a Soul, so I'm not quite sure why I had all three of them in my display for so long. But anyway, this one is, I believe it's from the China Glaze Chic Physique collection. I'm pretty sure it's called Work It Honey. And this one I've used a lot, as you can tell, so I haven't really touched this one in a long time anyway, but I will be decluttering this one because again, that same China Glaze older formula that I just don't really like. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one, but as you can see, I have used a ton of this. Lots of summer and spring nail art have come out of this polish, so I'm very happy that I got to use it while I could. Another one that seems to have gotten a lot of use in nail art and manicures, this one is from Sinful Colors. It's called YOLO Yellow, and a lot of the older Sinful Colors formulas aren't very good with the ingredients and all. I haven't really looked into the newer ones in a while, so I'm not sure if that has changed at all. But again, these mix of ingredients I just wasn't really happy with, and like I've been saying for the past couple polishes, this is a very basic yellow, and I will definitely be getting a new one soon. I also have one from Olive and June that is pretty much the same color, so I'll be using that for now, but I will be decluttering this one, so that's all for my yellows. Moving on to another China Glaze older polish. This one I'm pretty sure was from the Chic Physique collection as well. It's called Activewear Don't Care. This is a really beautiful teal color, and I realized I think I'm getting rid of all of my teal polishes because all of them happen to have older formulas, so I definitely need to get a new one soon. But again, that same mix of not awesome ingredients in older China Glaze polishes. So this one, I don't think I used it all that much, but it is a nice color, so hopefully I can look for a new one soon, and I will be decluttering this one. Next we have a polish from China Glaze that is definitely a lot newer. It got a lot of attention this past holiday season. This one is called Celebratory. I looked high and low for this polish. It was so hard to find, and I'm very happy I finally found it. And so far the only things I found in this particular bottle were some of the ingredients that aren't as big a deal to me personally. Like I say, that's just my personal opinion. Please, I encourage you to do your own research and form your own. But for now, acetyl citrate and ferric ammonium ferrocyanide are not very high up on my list. I'm still doing a lot of research, but for now I will be keeping this one, especially because it is very special and it's not one that I would use, frequently because it is so unique. So this one will be staying in my collection. And again, like I said, I'm very happy with the newer China Glaze formulas. Next we have another beautiful green from China Glaze. This one is called Free to Be Sesame, and this one is so cute and so pretty. It's from their recent China Glaze Sesame Street collection. I forget the exact name. But this one, again, the formula was actually pretty small, like the ingredients list was really small, so for me, I was happy with this ingredients list. It is pretty limited, so I will be hanging on to this one. I'm very happy this one was okay for me because I really do like this unique holographic glitter, and again, you guys know I love the Sesame Street polishes that China Glaze made, so I'm very happy this one is staying in my collection. Our final green is from the brand Nailtopia. This one is called Forest Hills, and this was gifted to me as part of their Nailtopia Maven program. This polish I got back in December. It was the perfect color. I wore this one in probably one of my favorite manicures ever, and I've been really happy with the Nailtopia formula. As you can see, it only has a few more questionable ingredients, but it is chock full of so many interesting and unique ingredients. As you can see, it says biosourced. There's a lot of cool things in here, so I really suggest you research this brand because it is very interesting, and I will be getting more polishes from this brand very soon. Again, we have another Zoya. This one is called Dream, probably one of my all-time favorite Zoyas. I think this might have been the first Zoya I ever purchased, I'm pretty sure. So, like I said, I'm going to see what's going to happen with these, and I will just leave this one in my maybe pile for now, because especially, like I said, with the Maxis polish, for example, that one did contain benzophenone 1, and I did keep it because I do use it in nail art, and I only have 4 polishes from Maxis, whereas Zoya, I do have quite a few, so that's pretty much where I'm scaling my use of the polishes, so we'll see what happens, but this one is a maybe. Next we have Too Much of a Good Fling from China Glaze, and once again that same older China Glaze formula. This was part of their Spring Fling collection. This one was very difficult to get rid of. I have used this one quite a bit. It was one of my all-time favorite China Glazes. I really love this minty color, but I actually just bought a new polish to replace this one. It's pretty much the same color, and as I've said in previous videos, I will be sharing some new polishes in my Shop With Me videos that I have only posted one, but I will be posting one in I think the next week or two, so you'll see some new polishes very soon. Also a haul is coming, so stay tuned. Next we have another favorite of mine. This one is from Essie. It's called Booties on Broadway, and this one I actually put in my display like a couple months ago because I found it in my other polishes and I thought I'd like to use it for nail art more often. However, again, this one does have that older Essie formula, and I haven't really looked at any of their updated ones, so I will look into that soon. But this one, again, I wasn't really happy with this mix of ingredients, especially because, again, this is a really basic color, just a nice navy. The formula is really incredible, the application I mean, so I will miss that, but I will find another navy soon, so I will be decluttering this one now. Once again, not going to spend too much time on this one. This one is called Nisha, again from Zoya, and like I've said for all of the others, I don't want to keep repeating myself, I will be putting this one in my maybe pile for now, and that would be really sad if I decided to get rid of this one, because I did just buy this in December, and you guys know I love this color, so we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. Next we have a really interesting one. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of this one right now. I think it's called Trainers or something. This one is from the Sinful Colors. I think it was like their rubber collection or sneaker collection. I forget what it was called. I bought this one last year. This one has a really interesting texture, and I checked the ingredients as you can see here, and I was actually really surprised at how limited they were in the ones that I have on my list and the ones that I personally look out for. So shockingly, I will be keeping this one. I think this one is really cool. If you haven't looked up these polishes, I think I have a swatch of this one on my Instagram. It's really interesting and cool looking, so I highly suggest checking these out. Oh my goodness, you guys, if you've been on my channel for a long time, you know this one right here is one of my all-time favorite polish. This one is called Very Good Looking. It's a really pretty famous polish from the indie brand Cupcake Polish, and I looked up the ingredients for this one, and of course, like I said, I did some digging, and this one does in fact contain benzophenone 1, which was very disappointing to find out, but this one is a very, very old bottle, and I haven't even used this one in a really long time, so I will see if I end up getting a new one in the future. I don't know yet, but I will be hanging on to this one just because it is one that I don't use a lot, and this polish is just very special to me and very, very unique. So like I said, it really, really depends on how much I think I'm going to use a particular polish. There's a lot of really specific things to each polish that help me decide whether I'm going to continue using it or not. So again, I will be keeping this one for now, and you guys know this polish is just one of my all-time favorites, so I will have to put this one somewhere special. I'm going to try to do these a little bit faster just because this video is getting a bit long, but here we have Arigato from Tokyo, and this is a beautiful, really, really nice formula from OPI. The application is great, however, the ingredients, as with most OPIs, are not spectacular, so again, this is a pretty basic color. It is very pretty, but I will try to find this one from another brand, so I will be decluttering this one. Here's 2 more from Zoya. These are so pretty, but again, they will be going into my maybe pile for when I decide what I'm going to do with my Zoya polishes or which ones I'm going to end up keeping. I really got to see, so I'll keep you guys updated either here or over on Instagram or maybe the blog. We'll see what happens as I research more, but this one is called Winnie, and the one you'll see in just a second is called Abby, and like I said, maybe pile for now, so... Next we have one from Morgan Taylor. You guys might remember this one from my huge nail polish recap video of 2020. This one is again one of my all-time favorite polishes. It is just so incredible. The color is beautiful. However, this one does contain benzophenone 1, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. Like I said, there were a lot of hard decisions in today's video, specifically based on this one ingredient and just different formulas, different brands, and different usage. So this one I'm going to put in my maybe pile as well, so we'll see what happens with this one. I really love this color though. Next we have one from China Glaze. This one is pretty new. I think I got this one last year in the spring, so it's about a year old for me. And this one was from their Trolls collection, I believe. And the only one in this one that I was concerned about was TPD, but I'm still deciding how I feel about that one, whether it's really high up on my list. Like I said, there are things like camphor and formaldehyde and things like that that are really high up on my list, and then there are ones that are a bit lower. So like I said, that's really personal to me and my research, so I'm still going to keep learning and keep making decisions. So I'm going to keep this one for now. It is a really beautiful glitter. This next one was another favorite of mine from last year. This is called From Your Orchid, and it's from the Sally Hansen Mega Strength line. I wasn't expecting this one to have such a limited formula, but it actually does. There really isn't anything in this formula that I'm unhappy with, like literally nothing except for acetyl citrate, which I did research on recently, and I think I've arrived at my decision to not worry about it so much. It's very low on my list of concerns, so I will be keeping this one. I'm very, very happy. This is one of my favorite pink or lavender-ish polishes. It's a really beautiful color, so very, very happy about that. Next we have one from Essie's Flying Solo collection. This one is called One Way for One. Again, fairly new. I think I bought this one last year, and this seems like an updated Essie formula. It's still not spectacular, but it's better, and it does contain benzophenone 1, and this one isn't one that I use a whole lot. It's really beautiful, very unique, so in this case, I think I'm going to hang on to this one because, like I said, I don't use it super often, and I don't really have anything else like this in my collection, so I'm going to keep this one for now. Next we have a color that I was just obsessed with earlier last year, sort of in the winter time around the holidays. This color is just so, so beautiful, so I was really hoping the formula would be okay. This one is from China Glaze. It's called Spring Fling, and as you can see, there are quite a few things highlighted here, but for me, this formula, the mix of things, is not super concerning. Again, me personally, do your own research, please. And this one I'm very happy to say that I'll be keeping because I just love this color. The formula is not bad, it applies nicely, so definitely one of my favorite minimal polishes. Next we have Drift from Pacifica, another one of my favorites. I've used this one a lot in nail art. It's a really beautiful color. And again, Pacifica was one of those brands that I always looked to be more or less toxic and everything, but I was surprised to see a few things like TPD and benzophenone 1 in this one. So it is 7-free, which is good, so if you're working towards making your collection less toxic, that's definitely a good step, but I am not really happy with this formula, so unfortunately I will be decluttering this one. I actually just got some new Pacifica ones from their, I forget what it's called, but their new plant-based like 16 free line, so that one I was definitely happier with, so I'll be reviewing those very, very soon. Finally, we're in the home stretch. This one is another one from Cupcake Polish. This is called Nuttin' Better, and again, I haven't used this one in a long time. It's pretty old, and I don't use it very often either, and this one also contains benzophenone 1, so I think I will keep this one. Like I said, pretty much the same criteria as very good looking, even though that one is a huge favorite. This one is definitely a favorite of mine, but I do not use it very often, like I said, so I will be keeping this one. It is very, very unique. I love this brown holographic color, so I'm going to hang on to this one for now, but that is our last polish for today. Whew! So that is it for today's very hectic video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this huge decluttering video. It was, I'm not really sure if I can call it fun. It was quite stressful, actually, a little bit more stressful than the last time, and I really wanted to share that in case, like I always say, if you're personally going through your own journey to less toxic nail polish or beauty or just lifestyle in general, I'm totally with you. I understand it's a very stressful process, a lot of decision making and and research, and I really appreciate the fact that I'm getting to educate myself on all these different ingredients and things and making better decisions. So not that that's easy, but it is definitely necessary. So I really hope this video inspired you to go declutter your own collection. And like I said, there's a whole lot of different criteria that I base my decluttering on, and that's personal to me and my lifestyle and the research that I have done. So like I always say, please check out my Less Toxic page on my website. I do list a whole lot of resources for decluttering your own collection and researching different ingredients. And like I always say, I don't want you to form your opinion based on my opinion. I really encourage you to do your own research and come up with your own opinions that are best for you or your family and just your lifestyle in general. So there are tons of scientific resources for you, as well as resources from the FDA and the EWG and things like that. So there's lots of things for you to look at on that page, as well as different processes that I'm using as I'm going through this journey. So let me know in the comments if you've been decluttering recently, or if you have any recommendations for new dupes that I could try for these polishes that I will be decluttering. This video was definitely a longer one, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon with another video, same nail time, same nail channel. Have a polished rest of your day. Bye!